fugitive slave laws, as they developed in the late 19th century, had some aspects in common with later deportation laws. One of the big questions was the development of a federal bureaucracy. And the fugitive slave laws were one of the earliest examples of that. It was federal magistrates who were deciding cases that involved the forced movement of a person. Now, of course, there's a lot of differences here as well. I mean, in fact, the horrible fact of it is that a lot of the people we were talking about were considered to be basically property by the slave catchers who were coming to get them. But nevertheless, it was a federal statute that allowed this system of forced movement to be regulated in a particular way by federal agents and by federal judges. It also provoked debate that was similar to debate that we saw later, and we continue to see now, about what sort of rights should people have in those kind of proceedings. For example, if a person were to say, "I'm actually not a fugitive slave. What are my rights going to be?" And the answers became federal law answers, not state law answers. So that's a piece of it as well. The way the courts developed this, it turned out that we didn't have much law developing because the Civil War breaks out about 12 years after the 1850 Fugitive Slave Law. But the fact is that many of the people who drafted the deportation laws and people who became major players in the legal system in the aftermath of the Civil War were well aware of the system of the fugitive slave laws, and some of the drafters even referred to the fugitive slave laws when they were talking about the creation of a federal deportation mechanism, which took place about 35 or so years later.